moment for the Twitch to be set up.
Awesome.
It's almost like saving sushi is a bad idea.
Maybe.
Yo, I'll tell you what. When you were like, "Oh God, think of the massive punch to the fields for the entire hub if she dies."
That definitely made it more likely that she's dead, isn't it?
I'm just saying that maybe it would be interesting to see what they say about that. And interesting, it basically means curious. And what does curiosity do?
Kills the cat. Oh, God.
Please don't kill sushi.
So...
I hope we find her dead.
So...
Right?
Oh,
Paul just comes out straight up and says it. I'm not pretending. Hope she's dead.
Alright,
I
Rob.
can appreciate the feels of either outcome.
In preparation for this, I did get too pretty to hit last night.
Rob, there's the Twitch link if you want to post it.
awesome.
It is broadcasting right now. At super low resolution, because otherwise my internet craps out.
No, the important thing is that it's broadcasting.
Yes, it's the sounds that matter. For all the drama.
And in preparation for this, I initiated Chameleon last night.
In preparation of this, I raised my edge, because that's a good idea for everything.
Yep, I would have raised edge if I had sweet, sweet karma. I only had enough to get the one thing that won't get me shot. Or will get me shot less.
One
Oh,
thing that
come on.
won't let you shot, I mean, I think you took a wrong turn at the whole career thing.
Yeah. And also being the mage, aka first target to be geeked.
Don't look like a mage. Dress up that man with a pointy wizard hat or something.
We should make all the street slams wear pointy wizard hats.
Yes.
It's the newest wave of fashion.
Indeed.
Is it possible for me to have gone to Weapons World and bought me some ammo?
Yeah, go crazy.
Okay.
Pretty sure you can hit one up on the way. So I imagine you got.
It's the Barons. You can probably just mug someone for ammo.
We can stop for DACA on the way.
Hey, you, give me your bullets.
Give me
I don't.
All of them. No, I'm not. Nope. No. Drop it right now.
No, not that way. I need them to be. Don't need them second hand.
Pick them out of your ortho skin. Alright, well, I guess that works too.
You may purchase all of the bullets.
I am buying all of the bullets.
Express delivery.
This is going to be glorious.
Gurish has so many bullets.
Brass. It's been a long while since I last played Brass.
I began to think about myself today. Man, I did a bad job of scheduling because
Yeah, you did.
Yes, you did.
Ah.
At least see it this way. Now you have to be on point all the time.
no, it's just like an emotional whiplash today. Because after this, we got to rock.
All right, she's gonna die.
yes.
That's good.
Oh, if you guys take too long, maybe. All right, so that's enough dilly-dallying. We have people in the stream. Thank you, people in the stream. Let's hope that, let's cross our fingers and hope that the team are able to save everybody's favorite horrible mutant. So you guys managed to meet up with the pile of other runners that responded to the job post, but yet did not manage to cajole themselves into the actual infiltration team. I imagine Dervish just refuses to take no for an answer because
Pretty much.
she's crazy.
Yeah.
Brass probably has a deep-seated want to level the entire building.
Yes, why yes? And would you mind if I quickly add some explosives? Because I'm certain she would have been cooking the moment she knew this.
Oh yeah, no, do it,
All right.
do it. Citizen is here because he is got all of the things to lose, as his reason for loving and not loving all come crashing together in the same horrible time. And Poet has history with the man.
A debt must be paid.
A debt must be paid. So the building is. Do you
I
guys
think
have
you
like
skipped
those?
me.
You put a rally point post up, I think.
Yes.
I did. For random people in the chat who may want to talk about random shit that their characters are doing that aren't actually here.
Yeah.
Whether or not this
Rob
actually works
skipped
out.
Chameleon.
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna be. That's because he's too sneaky.
No one saw him. He just got in the car somehow.
He just
Yeah,
shows up as we're driving away. Hey guys.
he will probably be ninja grappling people that are security in the building to make sure that there's a clear way out. The what you call it? The building itself is. I imagine you guys have like those urgent care kind of private mini hospital things around where you live.
Mhm.
Not at all. Great.
I got one.
I live out in the middle of nowhere.
I am sorry to hear that. Yeah, they're like little mini walk-in hospital doctor's offices things.
One-story quick care things.
Yeah, this one's a little bit bigger. This is a 4-story one because you can't just, walk in a 1-story building. It'd be really easy to have an epic rescue out of that. It is located fairly deep in Tanimus territory. You have probably murdered some random people along the way to get here, just because they're horrible organ leggers and chop you up to sell your bits off and
How
feed
dare
you to
they.
ghouls what's left. So you can feel pretty much no kind of bad about killing them, which is great.
So we're just adding an unscripted, unseen random murder that occurred before this.
Yes,
Uh,
we're going to murder a
excellent.
building.
I imagine that the people that are participating via the chat and perhaps the rally point post are doing that right now,
Excellent.
creating
oh God,
a
I don't condone
diversion.
of this violence.
Creating a diversion, perhaps, to assist you guys.
Diversion.
If there are any Matrix people in the Twitch chat, if they could totally just pop up and say how many there are, I will perhaps give you guys access to cameras or things like that as you go on.
We have 10 watchers right now, so.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys got some Matrix support there. Until then, are you guys looking to just kick in the door? Are you trying something a little bit more?
Hang on, you're breaking up a bit. Is the connection?
I-
Do I have a bad
think it's on
connection,
your side.
or,
It's on
or
your
is
side.
It's on your side.
I thought so. Give me just a second. I'll be right back.
Yep.
I will do astral recon and subject my soul to what I'm sure is a filthy, filthy place.
As you open up the third eye, you do notice that this place is a filthy, filthy place, but it's
I will
not.
have been squinting.
I don't know if that works that way.
I'm just saying, if it could, I would have been like bracing myself for impact.
Sure. So out here, it isn't really
Yeah.
too bad because you guys are still approaching the main building. You can see what looks like some kind of ridiculous astral bullshit going on up in the top of the building. The general area around here is just like double Baron's bad.
Mhm. Would I be able to make a magical theory or arcana check to know the
Why, of
specific
course.
side of magical
Throw the
bullshit?
dice.
It's intuition plus arcana for this particular aspect, right? I know it's
Sure.
logic linked in my shit sheet. Bleh. Arcana.
So it looks as though there is perhaps a great form spirit hiding up there.
Fantastic.
Perhaps being used in a way that you would remember from when you met this man the first time.
And having seen it before, great. So I will inform the team of this.
Mind giving
Not-
details?
What specifically are you telling us?
I am telling you that there is a very large, potentially great form, nasty spirit, and that I have seen this kind of spirit before, and it will probably be unpleasant for us when we encounter it. And that is what I am saying.
All right.
Well, we tried, guys. Let's.
No, I want my moment to be dramatic and beautiful, guys. I'm not going to have it happen on the car ride.
It's like, oh, by the way, I guess since it doesn't matter now, I might as well
Yeah.
just come clean. So, as you guys roll up there, it doesn't even matter if you have a car. Let's not worry about that. Somebody who's hanging out at the rally point has a car. How are you kicking in the door? Are you trying to be smooth about it? What is your
Are
method
there
of ingress?
windows?
Yeah, there are totally like big glass windows on the front door. There's a couple
Oh,
along the one
hang
side
on
that
just a
goes into
second.
the lobby.
Can I check if the building is warded?
The building is not warded from the like you can't see it from the outside. If it is warded, it might be warded in some of the smaller. What would Firewatch do?
And
Oh, I know exactly what they're doing.
And what is the
That's why
background
I'm
count?
asking about the windows.
So like along like the main lobby area, there is like a row of glass windows that some of them are boarded up, but some of them are still there in glass. But only along that side because on like the rest of the building, it's kind of private rooms. You would imagine that.
I was more talking about the second and third story.
Yeah, second and third story can totally have
Okay.
windows.
Hey, let's not forget.
Um,
We don't need to follow such nebulous things like doors. If we have camera access inside the room, we can just burst our way through and kill everyone with a blast of shrapnel.
yeah, as long as she's not in that room.
Indeed, that's why we want camera access.
Survivor's not a priority. I believe we have already established this as our tactical doctrine for the situation.
Yeah, do we have access to the cameras?
I see
Inside.
1 matrix. I see 2 matrix. I see 3 matrix.
Yes.
They're coming for us. They're helping.
Icebreaker is coming out too.
Excellent. So you guys have like 4 matrix guys that you have access to right now. I'm gonna draw some little boxes so that I remember.
I want to sacrifice them all.
And what is our
They're all being-
background count we will be dealing with? Since I think like most of this run is awakened, except for Citizen. I think all of us are awakened actually.
We'll not worry about background counts in this area out here because it's stupid to count on everything. So I will use one of your 4 matrix supports to give you access to the cameras inside. The main lobby looks mostly empty. There's 2 receptionists that are sitting at a large desk. As you go up in the floors, most of the actual hallways are empty. The occasional person, if someone wants to give me like a perception test, I'll give you a better head count on how many different people you see walking around inside.
Perception tests. I can do perception tests. Any visual? The usual stick.
Sure.
All right.
5 hits on visual, 8 hits on visual. Jesus.
God, Dervish.
I keep all of those.
Wow, you're surprisingly
Holy
smart.
shit! Look at me. I made a mistake.
Oh, you spent edge. Okay.
No,
I apologize.
I didn't spend edge. I accidentally miss.
No, I was
Greater
looking
than
at.
65.
Do I smell anything?
You smell a lot of
All
things
sorts
you
of things.
probably didn't want to smell. You know how the Barrens is terrible? Add upon that the smell of rotting human flesh.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Adding
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
And probably a larger than average concentration of gunpowder and oil and those kind of things. Dervish,
Sorry, you go ahead first.
with all of the successes, there are what looks like about 20 people inside. Most of them are covering just random walking abouts. They're doing actual things, but they're all carrying at least a pistol. There are on each floor that you can see 2 security guards that have assault rifles or long arms, depending upon which floor you're on. The 4th floor, as you go through the cameras there are kind of messed up. They're getting a lot of static and that kind of stuff. What kind of... Help me carry all the info.
30 kilograms of ANFO is heavy.
This is not false.
About 30 pounds by.
I believe
Yes,
they weigh
Dervish.
about 30 kilograms.
Yeah, Dervish will help.
Okay, so from the sounds of it, Dervish is going to assist Brass in the preparation of leveling this place.
They're
And-
neatly packed in 1 kilogram packages with a detonator. So it's like just pick it out of the barrel, throw, and boom.
Excellent. Do you guys want to talk about what you want to do to the people inside, or...
Depends on what the people inside are.
Yeah. Did Dervish's ridiculous hits on perception let us know if these people all look like ghouls?
They do not look like ghouls. Most of them look human. There is like a random ghoul person who is dressed in like doctor scrubs, but not...
Is it the one I've seen
nurses
before?
scrubs. Give me a memory test and we'll see.
I wouldn't know. I mean, I suppose there must be other test subjects like
Oh, wait, I should have one more dice on
so
that.
we want those out as well, I guess. Well, Press will want those out, definitely.
All right, with one hit on the memory test, it's a female ghoul,
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe.
You're not really sure, but she's wearing like nurse's scrubs and has cyber eyes.
Oh, well, the last one had cyber eyes too. Not exactly an uncommon modification on ghouls, but yeah.
It is not. You guys would know better with your knowledge, Brass, specifically of the explosive rules, where it would be best to place explosives to bring down a building of this size.
To bring it down, you'll usually... how many stories was it again?
It is 4, and it is
Four-
square.
4 stories. Well, probably explosives on the ground floor hitting the supporting walls.
And then just kind of have it collapse in on itself.
Yeah, indeed, that's the idea. But first we need to get Sushi out before we do that.
Yes.
And
Poet, you would remember that there were 3 or 5 other rooms similar to the one that Sushi is in.
Oh, this is
Was
the
in?
same place that I've been in before.
No, it's a different place. The other place was in 162's territory. This is a much nicer place in Tanimus territory.
Yeah, so wait, how would I remember it then?
Because when you were there, you saw the other rooms where Sushi was in the other place that had other subjects in them.
Okay.
Remember, you guys looked in the windows.
Yeah, we definitely looked in the windows.
Yeah, you saw other mutant monster people.
Yeah.
So-
or what was left of them.
Yeah, you remember in that time,
That's
which was now
insensitive.
about 2 months ago, there were 4 other subjects.
Mm-hmm.
So it is potential that they are here as well.
they might be violent though, so that's... well, Press has narco rounds, so...
Okay, and yeah, standard shake and I'm sorry, I was reading what
You guys will also have access to Fly Spy network support to take looks outside. When you guys actually get into the building, you guys have the cameras anyway. And I believe somebody said they had a roadmaster. So if you guys want to make use of that to get you a way to jump up to the second floor after you blow a hole in the wall.
I think the exact quote was, "How many roadmasters are there?" And there was like, which I like the question.
This is literally a full-scale tactical assault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking I could climb up to the roof and lower a rope. Just
That is-
bypass the internal security altogether.
So can we assume we stop a little bit ways away from this? While
Yeah, you guys are professional criminals. You wouldn't just charge into the door.
Yeah, I mean, we might do that later. But I want to go see wards on the 4th floor.
Like to fly up there astrally, or
Yeah, I want to project astrally and look for external wards on the 4th floor.
Okay. So while you do so, if you want to give me a composure test.
Yes. I was pretty...
Excellent. So as you leap forth from your body, you are, flying as what you normally do, and then all of a sudden, like as you get closer to it, you start to feel it pulling on you, like trying to pull you into it. You don't see any words in your looking around. This is some messed up stuff,
Yeah,
and
I will... I assume with that... Does that composure test also give me... Don't get sucked
yeah, that
into-
composure test is definitely enough to keep you from being pulled into it.
Yeah. So I will return to my meat sack and relay this information to the team that it is not a word and something that I've never seen before, and describe the strange pulling effect, which I hope unnerves, well, I don't hope, but I'm guessing will unnerve everyone there, because that's some freaky shit.
It is definitely not natural.
Yeah.
However, given what you know of how the doctor works, you can almost assume that in that corner, which is,
Is where he will be.
yeah. And you can assume that he is in the middle of doing something right now.
So can we
here's
drop people straight into that room, is what I'm thinking. Top down instead of bottom up.
If you guys wanted to get on the roof, probably would want to do it on like the opposite corner and then like use a charge to get through there and then get over there.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking is we go in top to... We have some stealthy charges set on the bottom, and then go in top to bottom, exit, blow the place as we go out. Would external
That's-
Would external charges on like support columns and external supporting structures work? Brass demolitions expert might not be as effective in terms of stuff per pound, but or
see.
small unit firewatch tactical master.
Well, like, what exactly you want to detonate?
Well,
All the things.
general plan was put
Yes.
basically the places we can put explosives on the outside or on the first floor,
Yep.
Stealthily, and then go in through the fourth floor,
Okay.
exit the building, blow it behind us.
Yeah, sure. As long as we have camera view to see that we don't explode some of the poor test subjects, that can be done.
Yeah.
If we all just happily cackle up
You
to
have
the bomb.
mostly
Indeed.
the empty rooms that have like surgery stuff in them. There is a couple of rooms that you can see have people doing some kind of thing. Does anybody have a medical kind of knowledge?
Nope.
Nope.
I think I have the first aid skill. Yeah, I've got the first aid skill, but
What they are doing is not first aid. It is most certainly the opposite
Yeah.
of helping.
So minus first
That is
aid?
mostly on the third floor.
Sorry, can you give us the breakdown by floor of these little experimenty rooms?
Okay, so first floor is lobby plus storage. Let me do it this way. First lobby, storage, armory. Second. I hate how, like, when I first changed the font size, it's huge. There we go.
yeah,
How's that grab you guys?
it's
I can
huge.
see all of the things.
Good.
That word on the first floor,
Armory?
is that close to an external wall?
It is. It is not. It will be behind the. So there's like the reception desk. And then kind of behind that is the armory for ease of access. But I will move it closer to the wall so that you could perhaps blast through wall 1, come through wall 2.
Is it open door or is it closed door?
It is currently closed. There is a maglock on there.
Chameleon, do you think you could sneak in the front door, get past the reception desk, get into that armory, and place an explosive just to make sure that they do not have access to that armory?
Yes, we can certainly
Yes,
make sure the armory isn't exactly armed anymore.
Yeah.
And I can
You
get
th-
in there.
Well, I think that's step one. Because regardless, we're gonna have a firefight when we get in there, and I'd rather them not be well armed.
Of course.
You didn't even need common sense for that.
No, I didn't.
It's the Ares way.
Exactly. Strike hard, strike fast, strike first.
Yes. Boom and more boom.
All right then. I'm going to strip down to my second skin armor and put my clothes into my bag of tricks.
Yep.
And first I'm going to circle around the outside of the building and see if there's another entrance point.
Because you have access to a bunch of fly spies and stuff.
Yeah.
That there is no other access point. It's just like the one door.
Not
There
even
was
like ventilation shafts. I've got the
not
flexibility power now, so I can
not on the
squeeze it.
first floor. There's no ventilation shafts here. You can look and you can see on about the third floor there is one that looks like it goes into one of the labs. Which when you check the camera feeds, it looks like a crematorium.
Okay, I could get in that way.
Or you can potentially walk right in the front door if you have somebody open it for you.
I guess I could do that too.
But that is up to you if somebody wants to. Somebody offers you guys thermite, by the way, if you need it.
Yes.
You never say no to thermite.
You never
Even if you don't need
do.
it. Might as well have it.
Yeah, so I was just saying, yeah, especially with thermite, if we could stop. So, what's the vertical movement within the structure? Are there stairs, elevators?
There are-
What's the?
2 elevators next to each other. They will be. One is significantly larger than the other. It looks like a.
Freight elevator?
I don't want to call it a freight because these kind of places would use like gurneys, so it's like
Okay.
longer and deeper to fit a gurney, where the other one is just for people mostly.
Okay. Well,
So could we
upright
get
people
a-
anyway.
Could we get bombs inside those elevator shafts?
Yeah, but that should be easy with just a little application of a mini welder to cut the cable.
Because
Yeah.
then, well, I'm not saying we should like totally.
You
stop
guys
the
also
elevators,
have a
but-
sniper from the sounds of it.
Oh, great.
But sweet.
So we
But,
have somebody to cover
yeah,
our exit.
hold on.
Yeah.
We have a sniper. Do they have a clear line of sight into that room where the crazy magical things are happening?
Of course
Step
not.
one.
Let's not be
course
silly.
Yes, I know, but gotta ask, man.
Those windows have been sandbagged.
So
Jaws also offers somebody K10. That probably sounds like a bad idea.
No,
Yes.
I don't want
that
it.
is bad. That is a bad idea.
no, I will politely decline.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so if we rig the elevators to blow at will, that means that if we do an entry on a higher floor, we can sort of disrupt or reinforcements getting to us.
You could totally
Then-
have somebody, perhaps 2 people, go to take out the magical shenanigans, and everybody else begin to clear the exit.
Yeah, and suppressing fire in the hallways and all that lovely, lovely things you people with guts do.
Yes. Many, many, many fun things.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking right now.
I'm sorry, it looks like you guys actually have 2 snipers. If Volcana is a sniper and Phoenix mentioned something in the rally post about his silenced DBR.
I'm just picturing some meta plot themed, like, black bag team from out of town showing up and being like, we heard there was going to be a gathering of runners. And then they look around and there's just like fucking 30 guys mobilizing and they're like, nah, shit.
Maybe later.
bounty not high enough for this shit.
We'll grab one when he goes to the restroom or something.
Yeah. Like, it is up to Pulse, but I imagine if you guys call it up Dead Man, like, towards the exit, he could totally roll in with some Hellions, but maybe not. We'll see.
Oh, I can't
He's
call
kind of
him
busy
ancient
dealing
anymore.
with a new mommy, from my understanding.
Oh, he's got a new baby mama?
No, there's just a new baby mama that's hanging out with him.
Oh, okay.
That's a terrifying combination.
Is it Molly Mayhem?
Maybe, but that's not important right now. So you guys have
Those jeans.
some stuff going on.
Yeah, we do. So we can levitate people up to the.
The thing that was pulling you in astrally.
Ooh, great. Other side of the. What was the distance on the vortex? If I'm on the other side of the building.
So
I
if you were
mean-
on like the other side of the building, given that there was like another astral thing sort of in the way, being like the building, it wasn't nearly as bad. You could still feel it, but
Yeah, so, because, I mean, the idea was if we levitate up, enter through on the 4th floor, but the other side of the building. Or climb up. I just don't have, like, gymnastics. So,
You could give it a try. It might be risky.
okay.
Chameleon, I
Okay.
believe, did mention that he has rope he could lower down to you.
Yeah.
That also
So
works, too.
we're putting the cart before the horse. Our first order of business before we actually decide on what we're going to do for ingress is ensure the armory is taken care of.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll have that happen first. And the better solution is not to come in through the ceiling because there is a magical threat up there. You don't drop in on that sort of thing. We want to get in on the 3rd floor.
We will do it the Firewatch way, Dervish.
Yes.
Sounds,
Also because
trust
3rd
you.
floor has pens.
sounds fine to
And
me.
that
Just
we might get lucky and just happen upon sushi as we're going up to the 4th floor and be like, oh, okay. We'll just throw the super explosive in as we're leaving. I'm not saying it's going to be that easy, but hey, it's
Of course,
possible.
it can't be that easy.
She might be working reception. You know, we could go in at the lobby and just walk on out with her.
Okay, so I could want to take out the armory first. Two options for entrance there are the vent shaft opening on the 3rd floor and the front door.
Or have somebody distract the receptionist and that kind of stuff. If only you had somebody who could potentially do that.
I kind of want to do the 3rd floor one.
That's an icy cough. So, would you like a diversion, Chameleon?
What kind of diversion?
The kind where I stroll right in and ask and say that I have an appointment?
I suppose that would work.
You guys also know that this guy likes, horrible mutants. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm not a social infiltrator.
No, but you're totally a mutant freak who they could totally be like, hey, we bagged one for you. Just saying.
How
Sure,
does
you're-
that facilitate me quietly getting to the
What
armory?
happens is two or three of us go in with Chameleon as our fake prisoner, unconscious. We put him in a holding cell, quote unquote, which he immediately breaks out of,
That is possible.
and then
I
proceeds
would
to.
really rather just go in all at once and surprise the shit out of them rather than announcing our presence. I don't know how our tactical genius feels about that. What does Firewatch Manual say about this?
Yeah. What's the Firewatch way,
manual
Dervish?
Is you don't give them the chance. So the 3rd floor vent is the way to go. We go in, he goes in, goes out, and then once that's done, his little trip is going to tell us all we need to know about which floor we want to get in on.
All right, so he's going to slide in through the 3rd floor is the plan?
Okay, yeah.
All right, so
So
if
long
you
as
want...
we have ways of limiting his detection, then.
He's a chameleon.
Okay.
But there is a spirit.
Attempts
There's
to,
lots of spirits around here as well.
Well, there's also a big magical vortex that might suck them in. That's the bigger issue with spirits.
You already did some astral reconnaissance of this place, right?
Yes, and I will have mentioned the nasty, nasty vortex of
Yeah.
felt
But
feeling
are
like my
there
soul was being
spirits
sucked
patrolling the hallways
out.
at all?
I did not actually attempt to go inside the building. So I could do that, although this is going to be a dangerous endeavor for me, and I will explain this and say this could result in bad things. Rob, do I have a good idea of, like, if I stick to the 1st or 2nd floors, that's enough distance to keep me from being sucked in?
It's probably enough to keep you... Because you didn't feel the sucking sensation until you got up higher and, like, closer to it.
Closer.
Like, when you were on the ground and
Yeah.
stuff, it was kind of...
Like, it was like a wind, but I could, feel a slight
Yeah.
tugging. Okay. So, I will look at Chameleon knowingly and look sad, and then tell the team I will do this. And I'll tell them I'm just going to check the third floor entryway and south, because going up to 4 is
So you're just gonna
not
like
an
scope
option
out
for me.
the vent he was looking at.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out his entryway and his path to the armory, ideally.
Okay.
Which is on the first floor. So that should be getting me farther away from the thing.
Okay. So if you want to give me your
I project and some sensing rolls.
Yep.
I'm guessing. Or do you want composure first?
since you're going into the third floor, let's do composure first. Oof. How you feeling about that?
4 successes is usually a pretty good threshold for, unless it's some really
So
high stuff. So I'll sit on that now.
It's kind of
Unless-
slow going. You can feel the pull, and as you kind of like look back, it looks very similar to that background count that you saw in the
Yep.
in the first place. You're getting that same kind of astral impression. Trying to hide from it. Cute. Yeah, if you want to give the sensing test to see what you can see in here. You don't see any like spirits, but let's see what happens as you go down. So as you come out the vent into the room that is really kind of just ugly. You can see some old things. There is a lot of pain here. The feeling of like this fuck.
Pain
No.
is good.
Not that emotion. There's a different emotion that I can't think of the word for. Disdain.
Anguish?
Disdain.
Disdain.
Yes.
Disdain. Interesting.
Yes.
Is the disdain as strong as the pain, or is it like an undertone?
So the pain is mostly coming from what looks like a giant furnace, and the disdain feels sort of directed at it.
Ew. Okay.
As you go down here, you can kind of like float out into the hallway. We'll see how this ends, citizen, and then we'll see if there are
Would you
happy
like me to
times.
make some more sensing checks?
So you kind of go out into the hallway. There is a couple of people milling about. As you float down, you see somebody pushing a gurney that goes into the room you just came out of.
Are any of the people in the hallway clearly awakened?
Not on this floor, out in the hallway. No.
Not-
Do you
not
poke
on the
into the
third
holes, or do you just follow the direct route?
I'm following. I mean, I'm gonna try and go a little bit out of the way. Look down an extra hallway if I can. But more or less, I'm trying to stay away from the thing that might suck me in on my route towards the armory. If that makes sense. Like if I can do extra recon on the way there, I will.
Okay.
But if I start feeling that tug getting worse, I'm gonna try and stay away from that direction.
So as you kind of float through there, you like poke your head into a room or two. There is at least one thing of surgery going on. It looks like give me a sensing test, and we'll see what you can see in that one. So going into that, you can definitely poke around and see that there is what looks like a large form. It is not. Yeah, the fourth floor cameras are just completely wrecked right now.
Okay.
If I feel like you could get electronic warfare to clean that up.
Well, if we can, I would love to.
Excellent. So we'll get to
We
that
have,
in a
like,
second for
A million deckers just like waiting around for a chance to pounce.
yeah. No,
Armory
there's
deckers.
like 3 more matrix support things you guys got to, so we'll do that in a minute. It's a large, mostly humanoid form that the guy is working on. It is not conscious at the moment, but its life signs are very minimalistic.
Mhm.
The other guy is kind of laissez-faire about what he's doing, kind of as if he is just another day harvesting organs.
Yep. And is he awakened?
He is not.
Okay.
He
I'm going
does
to be
have
asking that
a lot
question
of
about
cyberware,
pretty
though.
much everyone I see, Rob, just because
no,
of
that's fine.
creepy magic.
Most of the people in here seem to have a lot of cyberware.
Okay.
their essences or essence ratings, I guess, seems to be a lot lower than the amount of cyber that they have normally, because you've essensed a lot of people by now.
Mm-hmm.
Going down to the second floor, if you want to make me some kind of astral sneaky type thing, as this is where the ghoul lady is working about, and she can totally see you
Yeah,
if she
sure. What
bumps
pool would
into
you like me to use that? What plus stealth? Magic? Masking?
It's
Sure.
logic, I
Is your
think.
agility? Yeah,
There we
logic is
go.
your agility.
Okay, so I will. Thinking I should edge that.
It's just a ghoul. They can rip you apart.
Oh, but I am masked too, so they might
Yeah.
see me and then not see through the mask.
maybe. You got what, 2 hits on your masking or 3?
Yeah, 2, I think. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to spend edge here to avoid this, so I don't blow the fact that there is people coming in. That's all I can do.
She is quite distracted, so she is only gonna. All right. So you can see her. She's mostly looking down at some kind of clipboard type thing. She's a little anxious just because you're the lone ghoul in a building full of people. It's kind of imagine that you get a lot of bad things, but in this situation, she probably gets to eat really well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, she has finger foods like on command.
All the
Little
time.
finger.
She just takes a sample from the buffet when she's like when a thing goes down the hallway on a gurney.
She,
You're done with that pancreas, right?
go up to the guy performing air quotes surgery. Is like, you got any extras laying around? Look, you're not gonna put them back together, right? So this is just an extra piece. I can take that, right?
I'm just gonna have a nibble.
Yeah, no, don't mind me.
I'm partial to the liver.
Right, gross. And then finally, floating down to the first floor, you can see that outside of the armory there is a fairly cybered up gentleman who is looking observant and kind of bored, but he does have a large piece of technology in his hands and is standing
Gray and
in front of the door.
Yes, and it is gray and unseen. And I assume there's only one. Well, I wouldn't be able to see if there were more doors in the armory. It's all just gray crap to me.
You can
it's
definitely
is it-
float through it because it is not warded.
Yeah, so I would like to float through it then.
It is full of racks of what might
Gray
be assault
things.
rifles, but are blots of technology. But they are neatly arranged in racks. There is a table in there that has some kind of various things strewn about on top of it, and there is a bench, a stool in front of the bench. So they may do some maintenance in here as well.
Mhm.
It is currently empty.
And I can unfortunately not really do anything here because even if I manifest, I'm still technically an astral being. So, that would be cool if I could just manifest and nuke the thing. But so yeah, I will float on back to my meat sack.
So you come back to your meat sack and
Relay all this information to my team, especially Chameleon, and I will let him know everything I saw about potential guard placements and rotations. And
it seems like
literally
the
any
only
piece of
static
information I
guard is right by the armory. The other rifle dude is kind of wandering about a little bit on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, but I was just going to say if movement patterns and hallways, literally just info dump from my brain.
Yep.
All right.
I'm going to try and give him the Deus Ex see-through walls vision for astral from my memory, basically, over DNA.
Does Chameleon have a sensing?
No.
Because you could totally be sneaking around and he could float through the wall, look on the other side, and then come back in and you could sense stuff back and forth.
Yeah, it'd be helpful. I might pick it up. That's at some
Get a key fokey eventually. So
Focus.
you go for team sneak.
Yeah.
I think Team Sneak is going in with the bomb.
Yeah, okay, just Yeah, put the bomb in my bag, and I'll let you know where I am, and you can tell me where to put it.
If you want to roll your gymnastics test to begin climbing up there, I will use another one of your matrix support tests to begin cleaning things up on the.
Do you have a camera
Okay,
feed so Brass can direct you when you're placing the explosives? I mean, she can follow you up there, but she doesn't have the fancy gear to be blending in.
why
She could give you
don't-
instructions over DNI, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if
Yeah, I've got a fly spy with a camera in it.
that's good enough.
Yeah, that'll work.
And image link, probably. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, you can totally use a fly spy, or you can grab one of the fly spies from the people outside.
Yep.
Okay,
Like
so
20
there's
million.
a table on page 134 of the core rulebook.
Is this your
Tell me-
sneaking stuff?
No, this is about climbing. Yeah.
You're climbing a
So
system
just
with
tell me
Gecko
what
gear
kind-
already.
He's
I'm-
a lizard man.
Yeah, I just want to know what kind of penalty I have from the surface I'm climbing.
This is like an old brick building, so the only penalty you would have is really from it being vertical. It's not like greased or covered in electrical wires and monofilament and shit.
Okay, well,
They count a lot of their reputation of we will chop you up and eat you as a
Very effective
deterrent.
so side of
defense
old,
mechanism.
so side of old building, then that's -3. So I'm only rolling 16 dice to climb it.
Yep. Brass.
What?
Not you and your
And-
explosives.
And I guess you need sneaking from me as well.
Yes,
probably.
please. More so to get to the building than to get up the actual building because nobody's paying
Nice.
attention.
Thanks to my increased physical limit, I keep 7 of those.
Nice.
Attempts to spot me visually are at -2 since I'm in motion. Attempts to hear me are at -4. Attempts to smell me are at -2. And since I upgraded my second skin armor with thermal damping, I think that puts attempts to spot me thermally at -2.
Yep. So you are up, and if you want to give me one more gymnastics to wiggle into the vent.
Okay, so this would be plus gymnastics plus agility then.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Excellent. You have wiggled into the vent. I really imagine him just putting his hands at his sides and just kind of snaking along the vent.
Yeah, dragging my bag behind me with my tail.
Yep. You kind of slink out into an empty room that is very obviously a crematorium. There are gurneys in here that are empty, thankfully. The entire room is a little warmer than average. Not in a fired up, we're going to burn some people kind of heat, but it is definitely just ambiently warmer than the rest of the building.
Door closed, I assume.
Door is closed. So with using one of your additional matrix support things, you begin to kind of clean up the footage you're getting from outside or from inside. Most of the fourth floor seems like almost private living quarter type things. It's still laid out in the same kind of way as the rest of the place. However, there is more personable items around. There's one that looks like they took one of the small offices and turned it into a giant closet. It's mostly full of lab coats and things like that. But it's lived in. One of the chemical showers has things like a towel rack and shampoos and that kind of thing, personal grooming things. It seems like somebody is living on the fourth floor. The back third or so of it, let me make that a different color so that we can kind of differentiate it. The back section, you guys still getting, it's better.
There, Rob.
You can see that it is mostly empty. There is a large gray thing in the middle of it. and then a small square thing off to the side that is kind of hard to discern right now. The tube is probably about 2 feet taller than a human would be, and probably about 3 feet across. If anybody has like the cyber technology knowledge skill or something related to that, or is just cybered like fucking crazy, I believe you're all
call
awakened.
support team.
Yeah. And as we determined earlier, nobody. Oh no, you totally have 2 doctors outside. I wonder if they have cyber tech. So there doesn't seem to be a lot of motion in that room, but that is definitely what is causing a lot of the disturbance that is going on. Still going ahead with the plan of Chameleon sneaking to the armory?
Yeah.
Yes.
Um.
It's important that they're not armed.
Well,
Okay.
they're armed with pistols and stuff right now. It's important that they're not
I
assaulting.
am
Ares-
okay with him
better
having
that
pistols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is much better than Ares Alphas.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go up to the door of the crematorium, get the endoscope out of my bag, and use it to take a peek under the door.
All right. Hit it up real quick.
So I guess that's visual perception then.
Yep. So as you peek out there, you see that there is a man that is beginning to push a gurney out of the air quotes freight elevator.
Okay.
There's a couple of people milling about the hallway.
Is the man pushing the gurney heading this way?
He is indeed. As you sit there and watch for a moment, he like comes out of the elevator, turns down the hallway, and begins to head in your direction.
Okay, I will put the endoscope back in the bag, climb up onto the ceiling, and just hang up the upside down there, and like by the door where it won't swing into me, and wait for him to come out. Come through. When he does, I'm going to slip through the door.
Excellent. I will require 1 stealth test to sneak through the door across the ceiling to get going.
All right.
I'm sorry, I spaced there on your 18.
Yeah.
That's a lot. So you are slinking across the ceiling as a lizard ninja man. Do you want to try just waiting to get in the elevator, or you want to try and what's going on?
Let's see.
There's probably stairs on the other end too somewhere, just because fire codes are a thing. Let me draw some stairs.
Is there like are there like air vents near the elevators that might provide access to the shaft?
Uh,
A la Die Hard.
I feel like you probably could have gotten into that from the other shaft that you were in if you wanted instead.
Mm.
Instead of coming out in here, this is the way we went to.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the way that the poet went. So if you would rather go into the elevator shaft from the shaft that you were in, that is totally plausible.
Yeah, that door's been, already closed again, though, I'm sure. I'll go down the stairs.
Okay. So you kind of slink down the stairs. Meanwhile, those of you who are watching the feed, you will notice that some things are going on in the room that's pretty staticky. You can see that there is a lone man that is kind of walking around.
Is it on the fourth floor, Sams?
Yeah, on the 4th floor in the staticky interference-based area. He seems to be adjusting a couple of things on the floor. He gets like he's got a box in his hand and brings a thing out and kind of puts it on the ground, and then goes back to over on the little desk-y side area. and then he kind of like rubs his hands together and goes to leave the room.
Can we make out the layout of the building, of the floor, excuse me? Like what's along the walls and things like that.
Let me shrink this down real quick.
Yoink.
You said for the room, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not how you draw stuff. This is how you draw stuff.
We can do it, Rob. Show us your Mona Lisa.
Oops. So in the middle is that large tubular thing.
So right in the middle, and that blue is his desk.
Yeah. And then the door you would know from the other floor.
And along the walls, there's nothing
Guessing.
specifically explosive, destructive, or other bad things, quote unquote, looking.
So this looks kind of like a large open place to do crazy ritual magic.
Okay, change of plan. We are entering on the 4th floor.
All fine to me.
I'm thinking about making an explosion.
Am I still
Yes, I'm
shutting
al-
down?
we have
I'm
full
also thinking
camera
of making
coverage of that room.
explosives, but where is the point?
Like on the corner, so that we get part of the wall and part of the roof, so that we can have people on the ceiling or on the roof hit the boom, go in, and then we have a horizontal way out.
We can probably just punch multiple holes in the roof, so we definitely have them, so they can't have cover as well.
I like that.
We also don't want to accidentally detonate boom into a room where Sushi might be.
Indeed.
Yeah, we don't want
We're
to
supposed
get
to keep her
anywhere near
alive,
that
so
tube
we
with
should
it,
only-
yeah.
Yeah, so we should only detonate into a room that we have camera coverage in, and we can confirm that she is not in fact inside. Or else we could just nuke the entire building. I mean, we have that kind of firepower on site.
Oh, you totally do.
And once Sushi and possibly any other surviving test subjects are out, then we blow up the whole building.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So in this time, Chameleon has slinked his way down to the first floor across the ceiling. Let me shrink this one again. Yep. Apparently, I fail at Roll20's terrible drawing capabilities.
How do you mean this isn't... What? Oh god, it's tiny.
Yeah, no, screw it. I'm not messing with it anymore.
Okay.
We can just remember where things are.
Hopefully, right? So as you come around, Chameleon eases up onto the armory. You can see that there's a guy that's standing essentially right in front of where the maglock is. How do you guys want to deal with the guy that is there at the door at the guard in the armory?
How? Never mind. I'm not the one in there.
Yeah.
You do have vision.
Yeah. How
You
many
brought-
people are nearby?
There are 2 people working the reception desk that are within air quotes quick response to the armory. There is a dude standing outside, and there's a couple of people milling about in random in and outs of doing things and being busy.
So basically, just shooting the guy with in the head with a silenced pistol is kind of out of the question.
His body would then fall to the ground, and that would be very curious.
Unless you could
Yeah,
catch it
exactly.
and move it, but then there would be, why is that guy not there?
So we were planning to just disable access to the armory with a bomb, right?
We were planning on disabling the actual weapons they're in.
By going kaboomy.
Yes, but
No,
but we don't
or
know what's
thermite, yeah.
in there, so if we kaboom that and what's in there goes kaboom even harder, we slightly kaboomed everything. Which might include sushi.
The explosive expert raises a good point. there are already explosives inside.
While this conversation is going on, by the way, I activate my stillness power.
Okay.
Just to make it even harder to detect me.
Yep, you are a statue. You have a Tanuki suit, a la Super Mario 3.
I thought that just made you float.
What was the one that turned you into the
Interesting.
statue?
That was just ducking.
Okay, whatever.
So how do you guys want to deal with the guy at the door?
You're the.
How close to the door is he standing?
Pretty close. You're not going to be able to slink in behind him. He's almost as if every once in a while he leans on the wall because his feet get tired of standing there.
Well, no, I was thinking like just try to fiddle with the mag lock and just make it so that the keypad or whatever is used to access it just doesn't work.
You could totally get a Matrix guy to pop the lock, so that you can just like open it, or
No, I mean just lock the people out.
Yeah, he basically means
Like
can
make
he
the
make
door,
it so
render the door inoperable.
that is a thing that you could have them do. However, there may be a manual like key release. Like how they have in elevators.
Yeah.
Do you have a security procedures knowledge skill? Security tactics.
Let's see,
That's
security tactics. Yeah. All right.
So there may indeed be a couple of people that have actual hard access to things to prevent that kind of stuff.
That was almost a glitch.
In which case, no, that don't.
I don't want to
Not
tell you how
quite.
to do your thing, Chameleon, but look at what the door is actually made of and what the surrounding wall is made out of. Because if it is in any way reinforced, you can just put a couple tack welds on the door and no one's getting in there.
A couple of what on the door?
Tack welds.
From a mini welder.
Oh, that would certainly work.
Only problem in this situation is the guy sitting there will definitely hear a mini welder going on.
Yeah.
Maybe we should remove the guy silently.
Can you do that?
Well, there's people in this room as well who would see it.
Are they looking?
They're pretty busy. Your main concern is him hitting the ground. Like when he gets and then thumping to the ground.
It would be useful if you could manage to distract him too. I mean, if he's
You have two socially advanced people that could totally run a
Yeah.
distraction.
Yeah, I need a distraction right now. Because
So-
this is happening otherwise.
So
Yep.
for a distraction, Citizen or I should. Well, they don't know Citizen, right? They're gonna recognize. At least some of them might recognize me on sight.
Do you
The other
have
place was
physical
full of
mask
ghouls.
spell?
What? I do have physical mask, but it's also full of ghouls, and they often have a sensing.
This place is not full of ghouls. The other
Oh.
place was full of ghouls.
Right.
This one is
Sorry.
So
they're all-
you didn't see anyone who was awake.
There was
and
one who
down
was
in it.
upstairs. Yeah.
Yeah, but not on this floor.
Ooh.
I remember that.
Yeah. So. Okay. Citizen, would you like to go in, or would you like me to go in?
Why not both? Play off each other.
And what would the purpose of our visit be? Thinking.
You have a purpose you could use.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that we're looking for more work. We're not going to mention the lizard man who's standing right there,
Very stilly.
very stilly, but we're going to say we've been looking for new work, and we've been hearing about new things coming into town. And Citizen, how you feel about this?
We could do it, yeah, so long as it's, we're not going to be having to trick these guys for long because eventually the jig's going to be up.
No, all we need to do is try and make an appointment and then go, okay, we'll come back later.
Yeah, so long as we've got eyes looking at us, should be okay.
You got like 3 snipers covering you and
Yeah, okay.
cameras
So,
and all that kind of stuff.
That gives us the ace in the hole thing if we need to intimidate them.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
murder. The receptionists are totally within sniper shot distance, by the way. The guy at the armory, believe it or not in sniper shot distance because, I shouldn't say distance, I should say line of sight, because that would be stupid to have him there.
So we could theoretically just have Chameleon assassinate this dude and take out both the receptionists with sniper fire.
You could.
Or
Citizen,
we
you're having a hard time doing your makeup over there. Are you a little stressed out, buddy?
Hey, this is a very performance anxiety.
all the puns.
Poet did his makeup. There you go. You guys are looking slightly different. Which isn't going to matter because you're probably going to kill all these people.
Well, I think it's best to be safe. I'm probably going to put a ballistic mask on out over it as well at some point. So, rating 4 disguise at least.
Excellent.
I've got a rating 4 physical mask over a rating 3 disguise.
Anybody else going to do anything while you guys begin to move in and Chameleon hangs from the ceiling?
Dervish is going to ask Brass for a satchel of maybe 7 or 8 charges for her own utilization in case it's needed.
Oh sure. They're all. It's. She gives it to them. They're all just packets with on one side this side to enemy painted, because they're tamped.
Okay.
They're tamped charges. So.
One with a smiley face, one with a frowny face.
This is a happy charge and this is an angry charge.
Do not point
Okay.
directly at face.
Mm-hmm.
All right, is that all you guys are doing? And we can go on to the social maneuvering.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
sure.
good.
Okay.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, right. No, I can be carrying my backpack outside my physical mask. My physical mask is just to make me look like not me.
I think he was more talking about like one of the brown paper bag masks.
Yeah, it just says nope on it.
So you guys stroll in. There's a pleasant tinkle from the bing bonger as you walk in. The one receptionist looks up and gives you a bright wide smile. It's like, I'm sorry, we're kind of busy right now. If you guys didn't hear outside, there's sounds like a lot of fighting going on. I'm sorry, we can't really help you right now.
Oh, I'm sure that's not unusual for this particular neighborhood. I'll say with a big cheesy grin.
She just kind of like rolls her eyes like the.
And
So-
I think we were just looking to make an appointment. Some friends of ours had suggested that you guys might be looking for some new donors, so to speak.
So she'll kind of like look to the other one, who the other one will kind of shrug her shoulders a little bit as if, well, we're not supposed to talk to these people right now because we're sort of on lockdown with the door wide open. I know it's a stupid thing, but whatever. And then she'll kind of turn back to you. It's like, well, the doctor is currently in surgery. He's usually the one that fills out the donor request forms and gives us a list of what he is currently looking for. At the moment, there does not seem to be anything that I have here, and she'll shuffle some data chips